Hi everybody, this is Karen Hyland with the Hyland Group. Together with my husband Chris and our son Brandon Hyland, we are real estate agents in Central Maryland.
Your credit consultant, credit specialist, whatever you want to call me, related to helping people who have credit problems and debt problems. And the reason you and I are talking is because 80% of my clients, the reason they come to me is because they want to buy a house. That's the biggest purchase and the biggest motivator for someone to get their credit in shape. And I come from a mortgage background, so I pretty much have had my hands in various parts of the whole real estate industry, and I'm just glad to be here and work with people like you to help your clients, more of your clients, get into homes.
So there are a lot of myths about checking your credit score, inquiries, other companies making inquiries. What's the general truth about that?
Yeah, in fact, that's probably one of the biggest issues that there's myths around, is because people have this idea. Again, I wouldn't know this either if I wasn't in the business, and that's why there's myths, because you can't trust everything you read on the internet that's out there. It's not the way the whole inquiry thing works. It's not sort of a tit for tat thing. So FICO doesn't have somewhere in their algorithm, every time they pull credit, whoop, score just went down 5 points. Pull it again, up, score went down another 5 points. It doesn't work like that, okay? The way the whole inquiry thing works is, one, it depends on whether it's a lender pull or a consumer pull. If you pulled your credit yourself, like at freecreditreport.com or some of those online places, that's a consumer pull, and also sometimes called a soft pull. And that does not affect your score at all. It's not even recorded as an inquiry. It's only when a lender, when you're actually applying for credit, like at a car dealership or a department store or a credit card or mortgage, only when a lender pulls it is it counted as an inquiry. But it doesn't even stop there. FICO doesn't care if you pull your credit every now and then. They know that that's going to happen. So they don't ding you every time you pull your credit. What they look at is how many times you pulled your credit in a 12-month period of time. Okay? And particularly if one weekend you went car shopping and you pulled your credit 10 times at 10 different dealerships, that's the kind of stuff they look at. It's not just pulled your credit, score went down, pulled your credit, score went down. So in their algorithm, they're going to look and say they pulled credit the last eight times in the last 4 months. Something's up. Either they're desperate, they're out of money, they need to borrow money to make ends meet, or how do we know that they didn't get credit granted to them each time they pulled? So FICO has to factor in kind of an unknown, that when there was an application, was there actually credit granted or not? That's not being reported yet. So that's how they factor in that unknown as they look at how many inquiries you've had over a short period of time. So that's all the people that are listening that are here because you want to buy a house. I got to tell you, don't not go get your credit pulled because you're worried about lowering your score, because most realtors will not want to show you a bunch of houses until they know you're pre-approved, and you can't be pre-approved till you pull your credit.
Right. I mean, yeah, there's so many things about pre-approval that just make such a difference that, yeah, we always do encourage people to have that pre-approval, to have the letter from the lender, so that when you do go find a house and you make an offer, they take you seriously. Right. Otherwise, yeah, this seller's not really going to be taking you seriously. Okay, along those lines, there's also this idea that about more employers are pulling credit reports. Now, what's the truth with that? Is it illegal, or can an employer pull a credit report? What surrounds that whole issue?
That's a really good question, and in general, yes, employers can pull your credit. However, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think there are certain industries that can pull your credit without any hesitation. There's no regulation or anything. And then I think there's certain industries that there's some sort of regulation and restrictions, and they have to be careful about it. So anybody in the financial related industry, I mean, if you were applying for a job to be an insurance agent, they pull your credit just like that. If you were taking the test to become a mortgage loan officer, they'll
Yeah.
pull your credit just like that. You know, so there's some industries where it's just automatic, and there's, you know, then there's other industries where there might be some regulation about it, and I'm not 100% sure about that. But yes, it is legal in general. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good.
And more are doing it. That's the other thing
Yeah.
to keep in mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Self-employed, don't have to worry about that.
Yes.
Yeah.